Have you ever wondered if the place where you rest your head each night might actually be stealing your strength? For those of us who've lived more than 6 decades, the bedroom isn't just another room in the house. It's where we go to heal, to recover, to let our bodies do the work they need to do. But what if I told you that some of the most ordinary things in that room, things you've trusted for years, might be quietly draining your energy, clouding your thoughts, and making your heart work harder than it should? In this video, I'm going to show you 5 common items that sit in bedrooms across the country. Items that release invisible forces you can't see or smell, but that your body feels every single night. And I'm not going to leave you worried. I'll also give you simple, practical ways to fix each problem without spending much money or changing your whole life. These aren't complicated medical procedures or expensive gadgets. They're just smart, gentle changes that anyone can make. If you stay with me to the very end, you'll learn how one small adjustment in your bedroom tonight could help you wake up feeling lighter, think more clearly, and start your day with the kind of strength you thought you'd lost. So let's get started. Number 1, the problem with digital alarm clocks. For as long as most of us can remember, that little glowing clock has been sitting right there on the nightstand, faithfully waking us up every morning. It feels like a friend, something dependable. But here's what most people don't realize. Those clocks that plug into the wall are sending out electromagnetic fields all night long, right next to your head while you sleep. These fields aren't loud or bright, you can't feel them, but they're there, humming quietly, and your brain is only inches away. When you're younger, your body might brush this off without a second thought. But once you pass 65, 70, your cells don't bounce back the way they used to. They're slower to repair damage, slower to shake off stress. And when that stress comes every single night, it adds up. You might wake up with a headache you can't explain. Your eyes feel heavy even though you slept 8 hours. Your mind feels like it's pushing through fog just to remember where you put your glasses. Most people just say, well, that's what happens when you get older. But is it? Let me tell you about Evelyn. She's 73, used to teach school, and always took care of herself. She went to bed early, didn't drink coffee after lunch, even tried meditating before sleep. But every morning she woke up exhausted. Her head hurt. Her thoughts felt sluggish. She went to doctors, got tests done, but they couldn't find anything wrong. Then one day she read something about electromagnetic fields in the bedroom. She looked at her clock, sitting there less than a foot from her pillow, and thought, what if that's it? So she switched it out for a simple battery-powered clock and moved it to the other side of the room. Within a few days, something changed. She started sleeping deeper. The headache stopped. The fog lifted. She told her daughter it was like someone had turned on a light she didn't know was off. Science backs this up. Studies show that electromagnetic fields at night can lower your melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep and protects your immune system. When melatonin drops, you don't just sleep poorly. You become more vulnerable to sickness, more prone to feeling worn down. The fix couldn't be simpler. Swap that digital clock for one that runs on batteries. Or if you want to keep it, just move it across the room, at least 6 feet away from your head. That one small change can take a load off your body at night and help you wake up feeling like yourself again. Sometimes the littlest things make the biggest difference. And for older adults, giving your body a calmer, quieter night can mean waking up with energy you forgot you had. Number 2, the hidden trouble with Wi-Fi routers and wireless devices. Most of us don't think twice about the Wi-Fi router. It's just something that sits in a corner doing its job, keeping us connected. But if that router is anywhere near your bedroom, or if you've got other wireless devices sitting on your nightstand, there's something you need to know. Wi-Fi routers send out radio frequency signals constantly, day and night. Even when you're not using the internet, those signals are moving through the air and through your body. For someone in their 70s or 80s, that's a problem. As we age, the protective barrier around our brain starts to weaken. It doesn't filter out harmful things as well as it used to, and that means these invisible signals can affect your brain more easily than they would have when you were younger. Stanley learned this the hard way. He's 71, retired engineer, loved technology. His Wi-Fi router sat right on his bedroom dresser, just a few feet from where he slept every night. Over time, he started noticing things that scared him. He'd lose his keys and forget where he put them. He'd tell his wife the same story twice in one day. He'd mix up his appointments. Worse, he started feeling his heart flutter in his chest, random dizziness that came out of nowhere. His cardiologist checked him out, said everything looked okay, but then asked a question that changed everything. "Where's your router at night?" Stanley moved it downstairs to his home office. He even plugged it into a timer so it would shut off while he slept. Within a couple of weeks, the difference was stunning. He slept better. The fluttering stopped. His memory sharpened. His wife said he seemed more alert, more alive at breakfast. When he went back for another checkup, his cognitive test scores had jumped by nearly 30%. The lesson is clear. Wi-Fi in the bedroom doesn't stop you from falling asleep, but it stops your body from getting the deep, healing rest it needs. The solution is easy. Move the router to another room, preferably on a different floor. If that's not possible, get a timer and turn it off at night. You'll still have your internet during the day, but your body gets the peace it needs to repair itself while you sleep. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, do me a favor and comment number 2 below so I know you're here with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Your support means the world and helps us keep making content that matters. Now let's keep going. Number 3, the danger hiding in plug-in air fresheners. There's something nice about walking into a bedroom that smells fresh and clean. For a lot of older folks, especially those living on their own, a little plug-in air freshener becomes part of the routine. It makes the room feel cozy, welcoming. But underneath that pleasant smell, there's a mixture of chemicals and radiation that your body has to deal with all night long. Those plug-in air fresheners work by slowly releasing fragrance oils into the air. But along with that scent, they're also releasing something called volatile organic compounds. These are tiny particles that float around and can irritate your lungs, especially while you're sleeping and breathing more slowly and deeply. And on top of that, the device itself is plugged into the wall, which means it's giving off electromagnetic fields the whole time it's on. For seniors whose lungs are naturally more sensitive and whose bodies take longer to heal, this double hit can be more harmful than you'd think. Virginia found this out at 77. She lived alone in Florida and had lavender-scented plug-ins all over her house, including one right next to her bed. Over time, she developed a scratchy throat and a cough that wouldn't go away. She tried medicine, used a humidifier, but nothing worked. She figured it was allergies or just the humid weather. Then she went to visit her daughter for a week, and her daughter didn't use any air fresheners. Within days, Virginia's cough got better. Her chest felt lighter. She slept more soundly. When she got back home, her daughter suggested getting rid of the plug-ins and trying something natural instead. They put out small bowls of baking soda, used a couple drops of essential oil on cotton balls placed far from the bed. Within days, Virginia could breathe easier. Her sleep got deeper. Her mornings felt clearer. Research now shows that plug-in air fresheners can release chemicals like formaldehyde, benzene, and phthalates, all of which are linked to breathing problems and long-term health risks. When you add in the electromagnetic fields from the device, it becomes even more of a burden, especially for older adults. The fix is simple. Unplug them, especially the ones in your bedroom. If you like a nice smell, use natural options. Dried herbs in a small cloth bag, a few drops of essential oil across the room, a bowl of baking soda to absorb odours. By making this change, you take pressure off your lungs and let your body rest more fully through the night. Sometimes the smallest decisions, like what you choose to plug into the wall, can have the biggest impact on your health. In later years, every breath counts, and creating a cleaner, quieter bedroom can be the difference between restless nights and mornings that feel truly refreshing. Number 4, the unseen risk of electric blankets and heating pads. On a cold winter night, there's nothing more comforting than crawling into a bed that's already been warmed by an electric blanket or resting sore joints on a heating pad. For many seniors, these devices feel like simple comforts that make life a little easier. But underneath that warmth, there's an invisible risk most people never think about. Electric blankets and heating pads work by running electrical currents through wires that are woven into the fabric. Those currents create heat, but they also create electromagnetic fields that surround your body for hours at a time, right against your skin. You might not notice anything at first, but then you start waking up with stiff joints, muscle aches that linger, or even a heartbeat that feels irregular. Most people just think, well, I'm getting older. That's how it is. But the truth is, long-term exposure to low-level electromagnetic fields during sleep can quietly stress your body in ways that add up over time. As we age, our bodies lose some of their ability to control inflammation. What a younger person might shake off without a second thought, a senior often feels as joint pain, restless sleep, or a heart that doesn't feel steady. Dorothy learned this lesson at 75. She was a retired nurse in Minnesota, and the winters there were brutal. For years, she kept her electric blanket on all night. Slowly, she started noticing more stiffness in the mornings, more soreness in her muscles, and her heartbeat started feeling irregular. Doctors checked her out, but didn't find anything urgent. Still, Dorothy couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. After reading about electromagnetic fields, she decided to try something different. She packed away her electric blanket and layered her bed with flannel sheets, a thick wool comforter, and a down mattress pad. On really cold nights, she put a hot water bottle at her feet and took it out once she climbed into bed. Within 3 weeks, the heart palpitations stopped. Her joints loosened up. She woke up feeling more rested than she had in years. Studies support what Dorothy experienced. Research shows that extended electromagnetic field exposure during sleep can raise inflammatory markers in older adults by more than a third. This kind of quiet inflammation doesn't always show up as sharp pain, but it slowly wears your body down, affecting everything from arthritis to heart health. Thankfully, there are safe alternatives that are easy to use. Natural fibers like wool, flannel, or fleece trap body heat without needing electricity. Hot water bottles or cloth bags filled with rice and warmed up before bed provide soothing heat without any radiation. And if you absolutely need to use an electric blanket, just use it to warm the bed before you get in. Then unplug it once you're under the covers. Real comfort isn't just about feeling warm. It's about feeling safe, rested, and at peace. In these later years, your body deserves sleep that heals, not sleep that comes with hidden stress. By choosing natural warmth, you're honoring both your comfort and your health. If you're still with me and getting something out of this, go ahead and comment number 4 below. And if you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do. And turn on that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Your support keeps us going and helps us create content that truly helps people. Now let's move on. Number 5, the quiet danger of charging your phone by your bedside. For most of us, the phone has become part of the nightly routine. It's our alarm clock, our way to check in with family, maybe a little entertainment before we drift off. But when that phone sits on your nightstand all night, charging just inches from your head, it might be doing more harm than you realize. Mobile phones give off electromagnetic radiation whenever they're turned on. And when they're charging, the flow of electricity creates even more exposure. This is especially concerning for older adults. With age, the brain's natural defenses aren't as strong. The body's ability to repair itself slows down, and sleep becomes more fragile. That means what might have been fine when you were younger could now be affecting your rest, your concentration, even your mood. Some seniors notice waking up with headaches, foggy thinking, or restless sleep and never connect it to where their phone is sitting. Let me tell you about George. He's 68, a grandfather from Ohio, and for years he kept his smartphone charging right on his nightstand, often falling asleep with it just a few inches from his head. Over time, he started getting frequent morning headaches. He felt more irritable. He had this strange restlessness that no amount of sleep seemed to fix. His doctor didn't find anything major, but suggested he cut down on nighttime electronic exposure. George decided to charge his phone in the living room instead and bought a simple battery-powered alarm clock. Within 2 weeks, he was falling asleep faster, waking up without headaches and feeling sharper during the day. Science is starting to confirm what George and others are experiencing. Studies show that nighttime exposure to electromagnetic fields can lower melatonin, the hormone that helps your body fall into deep, restorative sleep. When melatonin stays low, your sleep becomes lighter, your immune system weakens, and your body struggles to recover from the day's stress. The fix is simple. If you need your phone for the alarm, put it at least 6 feet away from your bed, or even better, in another room. Get a basic alarm clock that runs on batteries. Set your phone to airplane mode at night to cut down on signals and give your body the quiet it needs for real rest. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary, a place where healing happens without interference. Charging your phone right next to your pillow might seem harmless, but over time it can chip away at the very rest your body depends on. Protect your nights by keeping technology at a distance, and you might find your mornings brighter, your mind clearer, and your body more at ease. Final thoughts. As we grow older, we start to realize that health isn't just about the big things like what we eat or how much we exercise. It's also about the small, quiet details of everyday life. The bedroom, the one place we trust to give us rest, can either support us or work against us. Things like digital clocks, Wi-Fi routers, plug-in air fresheners, electric blankets, and even charging phones might seem harmless. But they release steady signals and substances that put unnecessary stress on a body that's trying to heal. The good news is none of this has to scare you, and none of it requires spending a lot of money. It just takes a little awareness and a few thoughtful changes. Move your clock farther away. Turn off your router at night. Swap out plug-in air fresheners for natural options. Use layered bedding instead of electric blankets. Charge your phone in another room. These small acts of care can bring back deeper sleep, clearer mornings, steadier energy, and a greater sense of peace in your home. At this stage of life, every breath matters, every night of sleep matters, and every choice that reduces hidden stress gives your body more strength to do what it needs to do. You've made it through so much already, and you deserve nights that truly restore you. By making even one small change tonight, you're giving yourself the gift of rest that heals. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your own life. Your thoughts mean so much to us, and reading your comments gives us the motivation to keep going. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and inspires. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.